What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Bigboyfactsjonnytv, and tonight I'll go on my AEW Dynamite review and highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications to get notified when I premiere a brand new video or go live on YouTube. Follow my socials, my Instagram and TikTok and Twitch and Discord down below in the description. Now let's talk about AEW Dynamite. Go follow me. Check out my WWE Royal Rumble review and highlights is up on the channel. And also go check out my WWE Monday Night Raw review and highlights, and go check out my WWE Royal Rumble preview and predictions is up on the channel. Alright, let's get started on this AEW Dynamite review and highlights. Now, AEW Dynamite was a, same as usual, pretty good show. I'm saying it was a pretty good show. That's all I gotta say. All Elite Wrestling offers fans an action-packed show with the February 1st episode of AEW Dynamite. TNT champion Darby Allin defended the title against Samoa Joe in a no-holds-barred match. Plus, Hangman Page faced Jon Moxley. Konosuke Takeshita took on Brian Cage. Elsewhere on the show, Jericho defended the Tbs Championship against Red Velvet, and Bryan Danielson will face Timothy Thatcher. Those are the match cards for tonight's show. Alright, match card number 1. Hangman Page versus Jon Moxley with the Blackpool Combat Club. This was a good match. To start the show, this was a good match. Moxley's father accompanies him to the ring along with Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. Moxley takes the fight to Hangman during his entrance and slams him into the barricade. The fight spills into the crowd as Page fires up with some punches. He nails Moxley with a big boot. Moxley wrenches Hangman in a headlock and flips him off. Hangman spills a drink on his face to escape. Moxley hits Hangman with a chair and targets his leg. He puts Page's leg in the chair and goes to stomp on it, but Hangman throws the chair at him. Hangman slams Moxley onto the chair. They finally get in the ring and the bell rings, so the match is underway. Moxley is bleeding, but he drops Page with a drop kick to the knee. He traps Hangman in a figure 4. Hangman Page rallies with a German suplex. He wipes Moxley's blood on his chest. The two foes trade blows, and Hangman drops Moxley with a fallaway slam. Moxley drills Page with a clubbing blow when he goes for a springboard lariat. They battle on the apron, and Page slams Moxley into the ring post. The former champions exchange strikes outside of the ring. Back inside, Hangman slams Moxley with an avalanche Death Valley driver. He tells Moxley to stay down, but Moxley flips him off. He hits a cutter and gains momentum with some strikes. They trade suplex. Moxley slams Page over the top with a suplex. He elbows Page and locks in a choke before he transitions and stumps Page. Moxley locks an armbar, but Page reaches the ropes. Page dumps Moxley to the outside and goes for a moonsault, but no counters. No counters. They floor him with a lariat. Page hits a pop-up powerbomb through a table. Page rolls back into the ring, and Moxley slowly follows him. Page gets a 2 count with a dead eye. Moxley levels Page with a lyric. They trade forearms, and Page hits a third kick. He gets a 2 count with a small package driver. Moxley counters the buckshot, but Page plants him with the tombstone. Page hits the buckshot for a 2 count. He locks in the bulldog choke, but Moxley stacks Page up and pins him. Alright, the winner of the match, Jon Moxley. This was a good match to kick off the show. Alright, let's move on. After the match, Castagnoli and Yuta enter the ring as Hangman is clearly frustrated. Castagnoli and Yuta hold Moxley back, and Claudio Castagnoli tells Hangman to leave, but it's clear that their rivalry isn't over yet. TNT champion Darby Allin discussed his upcoming title match with Samoa Joe. The former champion says he's coming to take back what's his. Alright, the Bunny challenged Jamie Hayter to an eliminator match, and she accepts. The camera cuts away, and Saraya and Tony Stram and R attack Britt Baker. Saraya says AEW is their house. Okay, so we get the Acclaim, Max Caster and Anthony Bowens versus Turbo Floyd and Truth Magnum. This was a quick tag team match. The Acclaim came to the ring as Max Caster raps doing their entrance. Floyd and Magnum Moxley tried to scissor, but the champions hit their scissor me timbers. They scissored with Billy Gunn. And D-Bones hit an arrival and Caster hits the mic drop for the win. The winner of the match, Max Caster. That was a quick tag team match. The Guns, Austin and Colton Gunn, came to the ring to confront the champions. They said they want a shot at the titles. And D-Bones calls the Acclaim the most popular tag team in wrestling and the forever champions. He asks the people if they think the Guns deserve a title shot, and the crowd boos. Anthony Bowens rejects the Guns' request. Billy Gunn separates them and says he's sick of it. He walks out on Austin and says Billy is doing what he did throughout their childhood. He tells Billy to do what he used to do and drown his sorrows at the bottom of a pill bottle. Billy comes back to the ring and says they get their tag title shot. Okay, let's move on. Backstage, Jungle Boy says he had a great time teaming with Hook, but he's focused on being a champion by himself now. Okay, so we get Kanushka Takesha versus Brian Cage, accompanied by Prince Nana. This match right here, this was a decent match. Takeshita used his quickness to gain the early advantage, and he sends Cage to the outside. He dives onto Cage. The machine power bombs Takeshita into the ring post. Cage takes control, but the two competitors straight blows. Takeshita hits a blue thunder bomb. Brian Cage suplexes Takeshita into the ring from the apron. He grounds the fan favorite star. Cage hits a tiger fan kick and continues to control the action. He dumps Takeshita on his head with a German suplex. Takeshita rallies and catches Brian Cage with a drop kick. He floors the powerhouse with a lariat. Takeshita gets a 2 count. German suplex. Takeshita hits a tiger bomb for a 2 count. Brian Cage gets a 2 count with a backdrop driver. Brian Cage powers through a brainbuster, but Takeshita hits a second one. Takeshita hits an avalanche brainbuster. He nails Cage with a knee strike and pins him. The winner of the match, Kanusuke Takeshita. That was a decent match. Let's move on. Okay, so we get the Jericho Appreciation Society is backstage with Renee Paquette. Chris Jericho addressed Ricky Starr's desire to get a rematch with him. Sammy Guerrero says he and Daniel Garcia thought of the Garcia gauntlets. Ricky Starks would have to beat Parker Menard and either Sammy Guerrero or Daniel Garcia. If he gets through the gauntlet, he will get a rematch with Jericho. The former world champion says he's ready to whip Ricky Starks. Okay, let's move on. The Elite, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks were on a basketball court. Kenny Omega says they give Top Flight and AR Fox a shot at the Trios titles next week. Matt Hardy, Isaiah Cassidy, and Ethan Page showed up alongside Stokely halfway. Page pitches a match between the two trios. Okay, let's move on. So we get Bryan Danielson versus Timothy Thatcher. This was a pretty good match right here. This was a pretty good match. Timothy Thatcher targets Bryan Danielson's arm early on and drills him with the European uppercut. Bryan Danielson takes Timothy Thatcher to the mat and wrenches him in a bow and arrow stretch. Timothy Thatcher stomps Danielson's arm and continues to ground him. Timothy Thatcher slams Bryan Danielson's arm onto the apron. He drops Bryan Danielson with a back suplex. Bryan Danielson goes for the Lebel lock, but Timothy Thatcher reaches the ropes. Timothy Thatcher continues to target the arm, and he drills Bryan Danielson with a stiff strike. He goes for a butterfly suplex off the second rope, but Bryan Danielson fights his way out of it. Bryan Danielson hits missile dropkick and lands on his bad shoulder. Bryan Danielson and Timothy Thatcher trade uppercuts. Bryan Danielson drills him with some stiff kicks. Bryan Danielson gets a 2 count with a backslide, rolls through an armbar, and blasts Timothy Thatcher with a kick for a 2 count. Okay, Timothy Thatcher drills Bryan Danielson into the corner to escape a sleeper hold, and accidentally knocks the referee down. MJF comes down to the ring, but Kanusuke Takeshita attacks him. He chases MJF to the back. Timothy Thatcher locks in an armbar and keeps attacking the arm with some blows. Bryan Danielson hits the running knee for the win. The winner of the match, Bryan Danielson. This is a pretty good match right here. Alright, let's move on. Backstage, MJF is beating up Takeshita. They keep fighting until they're separated. Renee Paquette announces they will face off in an eliminator match next week. Swerve Strickland says the Road family legacy gets under his skin. In the same vein, he says his sights on Brian Pillman Jr. because Dustin isn't there at the moment. The broadcast team announced that Roosh will face Bryan Danielson next week. MJF approaches Roosh and gives him a briefcase full of cash. He says Roosh will give 5 more if he beats Bryan Danielson by any means necessary. MJF tells Roosh to get the job done. Alright, so we get the TBS Championship Match. Jade Cargill accompanied by Leah Gray versus Red Velvet. This was a squash match. I didn't really care about this match. Red Velvet goes the aggressive route and attacks Jade Cargill. She catches the champion off guard and sends her to the outside. Red Velvet hits a dropkick through the ropes. She gets Cargill back in the ring and gets a 2 count with a roll up. Cargill dumps Red Velvet with a wheelbarrow suplex. Jade Cargill takes control and floors Red Velvet with a follow-away slam. The champion catches a diving Velvet and slams her into the ring post. Jade Cargill firmly has the upper hand, and she starts doing push-ups. Red Velvet rallies with a drop kick. Jade Cargill drops her with a pump kick for a 2 count. Kiera Hogan attacks Gray at ringside. Red Velvet kicks Cargill, but the referee is distracted by Kiera Hogan, who is being escorted to the back. Red Velvet goes for a sunset flip, and Jade Cargill is jaded to get the win. The winner and still your TBS champion, Jade Cargill. This was a squash match, and I didn't really care. I didn't really care about this match at the same time. That's all I gotta say. Squash match, and I didn't really care about this match at the same time. Let's move on. With the win, Jade Cargill reached 50-0. In the trainer's room, Britt Baker says she's fine. Ruby Soho walks in and asks if Baker is good. Baker says Saraya and Tony Storm are Soho's girls. Baker says she thinks it's weird that Soho happened. No holds bar match for the TNT Championship. Darby Allin versus Samoa Joe. This main event was fine for what it was. Fine main event. Darby Allin comes through the ring wearing a thumbtack studded jacket. He runs at Joe and sticks him with some of the tacks. Samoa Joe gets the jacket off and overpowers Darby Allin. Darby Allin dives into Samoa Joe when he tries to get a table. Samoa Joe sends Darby Allin crashing into the front row. They fight into the crowd, and Samoa Joe drags Darby Allin up the steps. Samoa Joe slams Darby Allin onto the steps. The challenger is bleeding, but he tosses Darby Allin over the barricade. Back in the ring, Samoa Joe grounds Darby Allin and dominates him. Darby Allin tries to rally, but Samoa Joe slams him to the mat. Samoa Joe drills Darby Allin with some chops and sends Darby Allin crashing to the floor with a kick. Darby Allin gains some breathing room. He chops Samoa Joe, but the challenger ragdolls Darby Allin to the outside. Samoa Joe slams Darby Allin's spine first onto some chairs. Darby Allin counters a slam and hits a co-red. He throws powder in Samoa Joe's eyes, and hits him with a stunner. Darby Allin puts the thumbtacks hoodie back on and hits the coffin drop for a near fall. Darby Allin cuts the apron and the canvas loose. He explodes the bar ring board. He goes for a dive, but Samoa Joe walks out of the way, seeing Darby Allin through a table. Samoa Joe powerbombs Darby Allin onto the thumbtack stud jacket. Darby Allin gouges Joe's eyes and hits him with a chair. Samoa Joe outs the referee into the ropes to block the coffin drop, and Samoa Joe hits a muscle buster onto the exploder board for the win. The winner and your new TNT champion, Samoa Joe. The main event was fine for what it was. It says after the match, Warlow charged the ring and attacked Samoa Joe. After the match, he attacked security officials as the show comes to close after Samoa Joe escapes. And AEW Dynamite goes off the air. Alright, like I said earlier, AEW Dynamite was a pretty good show. And that's all I got to say from here. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed my AEW Dynamite review and highlights, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below on what are your thoughts on AEW Dynamite, because it was a pretty good show for what it was. But anyway, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please hit that subscribe button, because I'm on the road to 4K. Turn on the notification bell to get notified when I premiere a brand new video or go live on YouTube. Follow my socials, my Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. And I will see you guys Friday for my WWE SmackDown review on highlights. And that's all I gotta say from here. This your boy Bigboyfactsjonnytv. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang.